So we mentioned about uncertainty before. I'm curious to hear, in your opinion, what is the most or the biggest uncertainty for traders? Is it when they're in a trade, or is it the overall picture of something like, will I be able to make it?
I actually believe that traders' problem happen, they lose or win long before they start trading. They bring a particular mindset to the game of trading. And if that mindset, if the biases in that mindset don't match up with the needs for trading effectively, they're going to have problems with either getting into trades, blowing up revenge trading, not being able to take profits when they have. It's all over the place. But the main thing, the biggest thing is the attitude toward winning and losing. That's the big deal. Recently I was talking to a guy who just laid down a little over $50,000 to get this complete trader training education, okay, from a very expensive source. But he said, I've got it. I'm going to be incredibly well trained. And while they were in that training, the people who are running this thing kept asking, what is it you want to accomplish? And they wanted to accomplish things like becoming the first billionaire trader, this, that, the other, all these really heavy goal-oriented goals that certainly trading, when you look at trading and you start leveraging it up, you realize, oh my God, sky's the limit with this stuff. And yet, most of the world, and I used to think it was Americans, but what I've discovered, no, it's the whole darn world. We're so focused on winning. I need to win. If I win, I'm going to make money. If I make things happen, I'm going to make money. And the one thing I don't want to do is lose. I don't want to be a loser. It's kind of like in where I played football in high school, there was a big, huge sign in our dressing room. And that sign said, winners never lose and losers never win. And I just want you to say it's a mentality. They bring that mentality about winning and losing into trading. And that mentality is rooted in the ability to control outcome. Okay? And when they get into trading and recognize no matter how hard they try, no matter how much money they spend on systems, no matter how much mind control they conjure up, is that they are not in control of the outcome. And that flips people out. That flips the evolutionary psychology that the humans that we're built to be from an evolutionary standpoint. It flips it, and it freaks out that caveman and the caveman living with you and I. And so that's the biggest problem, is the mind they bring to about winning and losing. I promise you, it's I have never met a really good trader that was not a damn good loser.
I've heard of a few like really, really big and good traders that tend to kind of like lose their temper when they lose money in the market, and they tend to kind of break keyboards or whatever that is. And so, do you think that's possible to be able to perform well even though you react bad to losses?
There is a great book, and I recommend it. I'm gonna slaughter this guy's title, but I think everybody should read this. And it's The Hour Before Wolf and Dog. And it's by an ex-derivatives trader who became a neuroscientist. And what he really did is he examined institutional trading. And he examined the culture that produces the kind of institutional traders that you see. And ultimately, this is when, under big days that, people would get cranked up. The fight flight was just cranked up. They had to go to the bathroom. They had to clear out their gut. They had to do everything like that. They were really getting prepared. And ultimately what he noticed is that a few guys would have these monster years where they might make $50 million for their firm. And they're the ones doing all that theatrics that you're hearing about. And then there would be also these guys who only made $10 million a year, but they consistently did it year after year after year. The guy that got the bonuses was the guy who hit the home run. Okay? And, ultimately what happened is in 5 years, the guy who hit the home run, the $50 million, was no longer in trading. Yet the guys who are moving along, not making spectacular achievements, but really had the mind for trading, they are consistently giving the kind of profitability their institution needed, okay, to survive, while they look for the next home run hitter. And basically what the guy comes down to is that until that culture changes, you're not going to see the consistent profitability.